So today I'm going to be talking about a photo shoot I did a couple of weeks ago. This photo shoot I used my Canon RP. If you ever wondered about how using like the Canon RP, which is pretty much an entry-level mirrorless camera in the Canon EOS R line, using like an older lens, like a first generation lens. Who this photo shoot is done with today was lovely model Chrissy. I met her a while ago, took a couple of pictures of her. I figure I put up a couple of, like this was one that I thought was pretty cool. And then another one I took of her a little bit later on that same day was, this was a picture, and it was another photographer that had this idea. He was taking pictures of people for Flag Day. And so he had a flag and a backdrop and everything. So I ended up snapping a couple of pictures also. This is another one that I took of her that day, which I thought was a pretty awesome picture. But to get into the shoot, this shoot was a rooftop shoot. So I just did a one light setup. It ended up being completely dark. And I have to tell you, I started out using my 85mm 1.8, and that was a Canon lens. But after a couple of shots, I ended up switching over to the 50mm 1.4. Without making you wait any further, let's just get in on this. I don't have behind the scenes footage, but I'm just gonna show you some of the pictures that I took. You know, there are a lot of better Canon 85mm lenses, but this one I always thought was pretty good. You know, every time I get a new lens, I end up going back to this one all the time. And like I was saying, we were on a rooftop, but we were at a parking garage, the top of the parking garage. All right, so these next set of pictures, this is when I decided to put the 85mm away and put the Sigma 50mm 1.4 lens on my camera and took these pictures. What ended up happening was at this point, it got a little bit darker. It started getting a little bit darker. When we got there, it was kind of later in the evening and it was already starting to get dark, and it just got dark pretty fast. So these next set of images you see is going to be with the Sigma. This is the bulk of the shoot that I did was with that Sigma 50mm 1.4, and this is the old Sigma, the first generation, not the art. So this will give you an example of what an old first generation lens in the Canon RP, how, you know, what kind of pictures you can get with that, you know. So go ahead and check these out. All right, so as you can see, these images actually look really good. When I first got this 50mm, I really like this with this lens. I don't have it anymore, and I guess this is a story for another video, but I just recently got rid of it. I decided to trade it for a different lens. But yeah, I really like this lens, but I didn't hold on to it. All right, so I'm going to put a couple of images side by side so you can get a good comparison. Now I have to tell you, the Sigma lens is an image that is cropped a little bit, so the resolution is a little bit lower on that one. But if you look at the Sigma image, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them, but when you take them and look at them both side by side, that's when you notice the difference. That's when you can see the clear sharpness difference between the Canon 85 and the Sigma. So there you have it, my Canon RP, the Sigma 50mm 1.4, the first generation lens, rooftop photo shoot with the lovely model Chrissy, and I'm going to put her Instagram if you want to check out some more of her stuff. Put her Instagram probably in the bottom of the screen here, or check the description, you'll see it. And I had a lot of fun on this shoot. Hope to do more shoots with her, and thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time.
Got that go.